Okay, so let's complete the second part of the drama basics. We're talking here about the dramatic elements. Okay, we divide, as I said before, the drama section into two parts because it's too long to be got or to be studied in one session or one lecture. So the dramatic elements, you need them to analyze or to understand the drama or the play in a good way. Number one, you have exposition or the introduction. In the introduction of any play or any novel, you know more about the background information like the setting of the play, the names of the characters, the relationship between the characters and each other, the type of their life that they have it. You know all these things in the exposition. You can also elicit some of the themes that you have it all over the play from the introduction. The setting, of course, we talked about it before. I'm talking about two things, the time and the location or the place, okay, of the play. The stage direction, they got a script from the playwright, and in this script the playwright is telling them, okay, in this part you have to cry a lot, in this part you have to be so happy, in this part you have to be angry, show me the feelings of anger while you are saying this word, okay, shout at the one in front of you, and so on. So we call this one the stage directions. We have the comments that the one who's acting should perform it on the stage. The props or the property, I'm talking here about the objects that I can find them on the stage and I can remove them easily. At the same time, they have somehow a meaning. For example, in one of the plays of Henrik Ibsen, he showed one of the props at the Christmas tree. It represents the unity of the family, that the family is one hand. And when this family tree or this Christmas tree fell down or it had or it was affected one day, we know that the family also will be affected. There will be troubles at the house. The keys, if you are talking about the keys here, maybe they are a symbol of power. So these are props. We find them on the stage and we can remove them easily on the stage. The scenery, in the scenery I'm talking about here, painted background. Okay, so I can have a background of a garden, villa, I can have a background of the kitchen, the bedroom, and so on. Okay, so we need it a lot in the play, and it shows how professional the people who are working on the play at this time. Okay. Okay, the second one here, you have allegory or allegory. In this play, it represents a specific symbol like ideas of evil and death. Okay, he's showing me this idea, but not in a direct way. Okay, so maybe he's showing me someone, as I told you at the beginning, wearing black. Okay, so this man represents here the idea of evil, or maybe also the idea of death and so on. So he's showing you some symbols in the play, okay, and they can show you the ideas, but in indirect way, okay. So it's not telling you everything. In the allegory, I'm giving you the message, but this message is not clear, or maybe it's hidden, okay. In the illusion, I'm talking about a person, a place, or event in history, but in direct way. Okay, like in Element Farm for George Orwell, he made or he talked about the idea of revolutions in the world, but he made it in the form of a form of animals, and they are fighting to get or to be the leaders. And when they were in one hand to make the revolution succeed, after the revolution, they were having a kind of disagreement, and at this time, the revolution began to lose its power. So he can talk about something, but in directly, and this will be about a person or a place or event. Okay. The tragic flow. You have a mistake or a kind of weakness with the character that make them fall down, or it can cause their downfall. For example, if this character is evil, if this character is greedy, okay, if this character is hesitant, okay, like in Hamlet, in when he was hesitant to kill his uncle, to kill his mom or not, and so on. Conflict, the conflict like a struggle, a fight between the characters. Maybe this is external struggle or external conflict between the character and another one, like the hero or the protagonist, and we have an enemy for him, like the antagonist. Internal, it can be inside the character itself, inside the character itself. So maybe he's so puzzled between For example, in Hamlet, he didn't want or he didn't know. Shall he kill his mother because she betrayed his father with his uncle, or shall he wait and forgive his mother? And it's not the mistake of his mother; it's the mistake of his uncle. Okay, so here he has a kind of conflict. In Macbeth, also, he didn't want or he didn't know. Shall he go and kill the king to be the king of Scotland, or he should not do that? Okay, he was puzzled somehow at this time. He has a kind of conflict inside him. Okay, so the conflict can be, or it can be in both sides, external and internal conflict. The comic relief, if you have lots of events that are full of tragedy and so on, you need a comic relief in between just to make the audience get relaxed somehow by putting some funny or humorous situations. The characters, they are having a kind of fun together just to make it very nice and to make the audience accept what they see here. The denouement or denouement or the resolution, we are talking about the end of the final part of the play where you have everything finished and done in a perfect way or ended in a different way. And of course, you have the conclusion at the end. The diction here, I'm talking about the playwright's style and the choice of words, and this will affect the play in a great way, especially if this playwright, he knows a lot about history and about the social circumstances and conditions at this time. This will be reflected in the perfect way in his writing. And as I nominated for you at the beginning, we have Charles Dickens in novel, and I have William Shakespeare in if I'm talking about the plays. We have also Henrik Ibsen. You can read for him A Doll's House. It's one of the best plays ever. You can also read for Bernard Shaw Pygmalion, and that will be a perfect choice for you. The foreshadowing, you're talking about hints of the future events. As we said before, the foreshadowing can be talking about two things. I'm talking maybe about the place, I'm talking about the weather, and this will affect somehow the characters in all over the course of the play. The irony, maybe the character is showing us something, and the reality of this person is different. Okay, so I have here a kind of contradiction. This person is telling me we should save money, we should not spend the money all the time. Although this person is a spendthrift and he's spending his money on trivial things or things that are not important. So at this time, this is a kind of irony which is different from the reality. You are showing me something and the reality is totally different. Okay, a kind of contradiction. How come that you are telling me save money and you are a spendthrift and you are spending your money in nothing? Okay. Okay, the last part that we have is here about the drama or the dramatic elements, the dramatic irony. In the dramatic irony, the character believes that he knows everything in the play, okay? But the audience actually know more about this character or more of the events than this character, okay? So maybe he thinks that he's the best one in this family and all the family loved him. But actually, the audience know that this person is hated by everyone in the family, and let's say he's the black sheep of the family, okay? And they are making fun of him in this way. This is the dramatic irony. The character doesn't know about all the events, but the audience already know more about it. And when he's acting on the stage, they won't say for him, "Stop here, please. You don't know the reality." Aside. In the aside, I have a short speech made by the character to the audience, okay, and maybe the other characters cannot hear him. So he's talking in aside to the audience, and this kind of dialogue is not heard by the other characters. Of course, they hear him, but they pretend on the stage that they do not hear him. The monologue from the name mono, okay, a long speech delivered to another character or to the audience, okay, but this one is long, okay. I'm talking here about the character talking alone to the audience, okay. So monologue, okay, mono, so like a speech between the character and the audience, and also no one will hear it, but this one is a long one. The play within a play, it's a perfect technique, okay? Like you have a play inside the same play. Hamlet made it, or William Shakespeare presented in Hamlet, when he wanted to make sure that his uncle killed his father. He made the same scene when his father was killed by his uncle in front of his uncle and his mother in the palace. And then he wanted to see the reaction of his uncle when he will see the person committing the same crime like him when he killed his father. At this time, he know about this one and he began to run. At this time, in this technique, they call it in Hamlet the mouse trap. Okay, the mouse trap because he caught his uncle and he know that the reaction showed that he killed his father. The soliloquy, I'm talking here about the speech in which the character is talking about his thoughts, revealing his feelings when he is on the stage. Um, Maybe he's standing alone and talking about what he has inside him. Symbolism, as we say, I'm talking here about using an object, event, or action, and I'm using here something to show me the meaning of this one. Like we said before, I'm using maybe the keys to show control. Okay. I'm talking about the dark places to show evil things, the black color to show evil things, the pink color to show me that the life will be colorful and everything will be okay, and so on. Okay, so this is the idea of symbolism, and in this way we ended all the basics of literature. Okay, I'll be waiting for your feedback about the basics of novel, poetry, and drama, and hopefully that you can recommend this course to your friends. Okay, thank you so much.